Hello everybody and welcome to this new episode of this LUMION course. This time we will see a new effect of LUMION 11 which is called animated phasing. So we will create a new project and this time we will select this template. Once here we can erase everything on the screen because we don't need it, and in order to use our new effect we will need to work a little bit in our software model program, in this case SketchUp. Here in SketchUp we will have to create strategically different groups with the elements we will use later in LUMION. Once the group is created, we should go to File, Export, Model 3D, and here select Collada File or DAE. You should name it, and before clicking on export go to options, and here you should mark the option export only selection set, accept and export. You should have to do this operation many times in order to create the items which will be used later in LUMION with the animation. For this class I have done this task for you, so you will find inside your material attached folder another folder called Phase Effect. Inside this folder you will find all the Collada files that we will use for doing this animation. As you will see here, the order and the names of the files are very important to achieve a better workflow in LUMION. So once in LUMION again, I want you to go to Import, search for the Phase Effect folder, and once you are inside you will find 7 different folders. They have numbers from 1 to 7, so the order is clear. So we will open number 1, Platform, and once here we will select the Collada file and we will say that we want to open it. Here we should be careful to place all our Collada files in the same folder. I'll click on OK and I'll place my first item near the origin. And I will repeat the operation with the object number 2. This time is called Exterior Walls. Again, I will place it near the origin. You will have to repeat this operation with all the Collada files inside each folder. Once we have imported all the Collada files, then we'll have to make sure that all the files are placed at the same point. For doing this, we have different options. We could drag a box holding Control key and put inside all the objects of our model, in this case 21, then go to the advanced options and go to this one, Align Positions. The other option would be to drag again a box and take all the elements, then go to Select, type in, and once here type 0 inside the 3 different axes. Here for example 0, Y-axis 0 and Z-axis 0. Now all the objects are perfectly aligned and at the same time we know that their position is the origin. We are ready now for start using our effect. So we will go to the movie menu, we will create a new clip. Here I will move the camera using my navigation control keys. I'll adjust the camera slider as always, and I will add a camera keyframe. For this first example I will do it just with one keyframe. I will make it longer, 20 seconds, and I'll save the changes. Now we'll go here, Add Effect, Animation, and here we will find our new effect, Animated Phasing. We'll click on Edit and 2 different menus will appear, one at the top left and another one at the bottom. Actually both of them are related with each other. I mean, if we focus here at this first timeline bar, its name is Phasing Animation 1. This is the automatic name, but we can change it. If we want to do it, we have just to select it and go here to the other menu and change the name here. Let's call it Platform, which is our first Collada file. Then we have this blue button, Objects 0. And if we click on it, we will be able to select the items for this first animation phase. Here, if I move the mouse around my objects, we will distinguish 2 colors, the yellow one and the green one in case that I click on it. It works exactly the same as with the materials. Green means that it is already selected, and yellow means that it is like virgin, out of our phase. So we will click on this platform. We can see at the bottom that there is just one object selected, and we will say Save Changes. As you can see, our platform has disappeared. This is because now it's part of an animation. This timeline bar tells us when the animation starts, how long it is with this dark blue, and when it is finished. We will be able to make changes through the top menu. We will be able to select how we want that item to appear, to drop in our model, for example with pop-in effect, sky drop, ground rise, or implode. We will see all of them. Here we can change as well when the animation starts, and when I move this slider to the right side, you can see that the timeline bar is moving as well. They are connected. I can change as well the duration of the animation, and you will see at the time bar how the dark blue color changes as well. And finally we can adjust the easy in and the stagger. We will see both of them a little bit later. So just for having a first example, let's say that this platform will start at 0.0 seconds, pop-in is okay, and the duration will be 3 seconds. Let's click on play. And here we have our result. But before start preparing all the different phases with all the different elements, it would be nice if we go to the build mode and we create different layers in order to have a better workflow. So I will click on Save Changes and I will come back to my build mode. Here I'll name layer number 1 as platform, layer number 2 as exterior walls, number 3 as pillars, 4 as marbles, 5 as glass, 6 as furniture, and finally 7 as roofs. Now of course I have to assign each element with its layer. Once this is already done and we have all the elements perfectly in order, let's go back to our animated facing panel. Once we are back, you will see that we can hide our layers from here too. So now it will be much more easier to organize our different facing animations. I will hide roofs, furniture, glass, marbles, pillars, and I leave just platform and exterior walls. In fact, platform, maybe it could be nice if it is not an animation, but an static element, always there, from the first moment. So if I want to do this, I should click on platform and delayed facing animation. 2 clicks, and that object is not a facing animation anymore. Then I will have to name again my first animation, which will be exterior walls. I will select my objects, and this time I will use the ground rise effect. I will set the start time at 3 seconds and the duration at 3 seconds as well. Let's have a look. Maybe the animation starts too late, so I will adjust the start time at 1.5 more or less. The duration is fine, but this time I will set the easy in at its max. Let's have a preview again. Definitely better. Let's create then another facing animation. I will click on here. I will name this animation as pillars. I will switch on the pillars layer. I'll select my items and pay attention now, because for this animation I have 8 different items, not just one. So the order of my selection could be important. If I want to control that order of selection, I could click on here, stagger in order of selection, and then click on my different objects. This one will appear the first one, this will be the second one, and so on. I'll click OK, and now I will adjust the different properties of this animation. For these pillars I will use sky drop, and it will start just a little bit later than the finish of the previous one. Like we have 8 different items, the duration will be a little bit longer, let's say 4 seconds. Easy in maximum, and in this occasion we will play with the stagger bar. But first let's have a look. We can see that all the pillars are dropping down all together, so we will have to play with the stagger. Let's set it at its max, and let's play it again. Now it is up to you to adjust the stagger. I will say 0.7 for example, and let's have a look about these 2 options, move distance and invisible before start. If I go to the beginning of this animation phase, I can see the first pillar dropping down from a certain distance. From this slider I can change that distance. Let's do it, for example here. And in case I switch off this invisible before start, then it would be like if we don't adjust the move distance bar, because we will see the pillar dropping down from the top of the screen. So I will switch on this option. Let's have a look about this new face animation. I think it's working nice. So let's jump to a new one. I will click on here. I will switch on the layer called Marbles. This will be the name for this new animation. I'll select my objects, stagger in order of selection, okay. This one will be the first and this the second one, okay. I want them to drop from the sky. The animation will start after the end of the previous one and the duration will be around 3 seconds, more or less. Easy in at its max and stagger at its max too. Distance, let's say 50 as well. Let's have a look. I think it's working correctly, so let's go to the next phase. I will unhide the glass layer. I will select it, okay. I want a sky drop as well. It will start as usual after the end of the previous one. Duration 3 seconds as an average. Easy in maximum. We don't need a stagger, so let's have a look. Okay, move distance again little bit higher, 50, and it's okay. Let's add a new facing animation. We will unhide furnitures. We will select all of them. We will click on stagger in order of selection. This will be the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and sixth one. I've selected the platform by mistake, so I will click on it to unselect it, and I will say, okay, name furnitures. This time I will use the implode effect. Duration a little bit longer than the average. Let's say 5 seconds or 6 seconds because we have many objects. Easy in maximum, stagger maximum. Move distance, let's say 50. I will place the start of the animation here after the end of the previous one, but you can see that I can't do it because my total length of my clip is not long enough. So here I have two options. I could make the clip longer or my animations shorter. I'll do the second one. So here exterior walls will start a little bit earlier and the duration will be like a little bit shorter. Pillars. Once all is arranged, I will add my last facing animation. I will switch on the roof layer. Name roof. I will select my objects, this one and this one. Stagger in order of selection, okay, save changes. Here Skype drop, around here, look that we are in the page number 2, so if we want our references we have to go to page number 1. Duration around 3 seconds till the end of the animation. Easy in max, stagger max. Move distance 50, save changes. Let's have now a general look about our total animation. I think it's working nicely, so I will save changes and now I will prepare my clip for the final render. So I will add a template, in this case for example realistic. I'll disable the real sky effect and I'll include a sun. I'll adjust the sunlight here, and for this example I think that it could be super nice if we use this orthographic view effect here in camera orthographic view. I will switch it on. I'll go inside the clip and I will arrange the camera in my desired position. I'll save changes and now before rendering I should go to the build mode and prepare all my materials. You can notice that all of Collada files have gone here without any material applied, just in blank. I will start switching off the roof layer. I'll go to material, click on here, standard, choose color map. We'll go to the texture folder and here we will use the diffuse map. The relief almost 0, weathering 0.3. Okay, we will use the same material for this bench and for this exterior wall. So I will click on here, copy material, okay. Now click on here, standard, paste material. The same for the bench and the same for this wall. The swimming pool has its water, but if we go under the water, we could apply here these little stones for the swimming pool. We will increase a lot the weathering and not much reflectivity. Okay, we can change the glass to this interior glass 001. Okay, here we have a marble. It is marble number 3. I will reduce the relief at 0 and I will increase reflectivity till 1.6. Little bit weathering and it could be okay. Now I realize that the color is too gray, and this is because the colorization is 0.5, so I have to reduce it at 0.0 to keep its color, and here is okay. I have to do these changes as well with the stone. Let's go with the other marbles. Marble 1, colorization 0, reflectivity 1.67, relief 0, weathering 0.3. Now this one, colorization 0, reflectivity 1.67, relief 0, weathering 0.3. Now let's use materials from the LUMION's library. Aluminium for the pillars, for example, indoor, metal, aluminium. Here we will choose another color, not white, because they are gray. Color like that, for example, aluminium 0.2, 0.1. Save changes, and we will copy this material for the rest of the elements made in aluminium as well. So here I will say copy material, okay. I'll go here, standard, paste material. Save changes. Maybe we have to repeat this operation for the different pillars. Here we have another aluminium. Let's go now with these small things. Here I will choose another kind of metal. Let's go with the roofs now. And finally we could change our water and I will get this clear pool. Once we are done with our materials, we can go back to the movie mode. Once here we could arrange our effects in order to get a better result in the render, as we have learned already, but for now I will render our clip. So I'll go here, render clip, entire clip, 3 stars, 30 frames per second, full HD resolution. Once the render is complete, let's open it. As you can see, this effect is so powerful and it can help us a lot to explain our project. Besides, when we have done all the work with the animated facing effect, we can make the most of it. For example, doing another clip instead with a drone view with an eye level view. This time it's gonna be much more easier and faster as far as we have done already all the hard work. So I'll go here to clip number 2, record. I will choose an eye level view starting from here, set eye level 1.6, horizontal eye level 20 millimeters focal length. I will start looking at that part of the building, add camera keyframe here. Next camera keyframe will be keeping my position but looking at the other side of the building. Then I will start moving towards the interior, another camera keyframe here, another keyframe here, and here the last one. I will say that I want my clip a little bit longer, and once I have the structure of my clip, I will copy all the effects from clip number 1. Once this is done, I will eliminate the orthographic view and I'll have a look about my clip. I think it's working quite okay, and now I would be ready for render. Before doing it, I will edit some reflection planes like this one, this one, this one, all the glasses which are involved in my view. This could be enough. So let's render the clip, 3 stars, 30 frames per second, and here HD or full HD is up to you. I will say full HD. The name will be number 2. Once the render is done, let's open it. So now it's time for saying goodbye. I hope you have enjoyed this class. As you can see, with this effect, you could sign up your imagination a lot. I invite you to use it in your own way, and I'll see you in the next episode.